Hello, good morning, class A students. I welcome you back to your new chapter in science. Today onwards, we are going to start chapter 6, that is combustion and flame. So, in this chapter, we are going to learn the meanings of the following words like combustion, ignition temperature, flame, fossil fuels, calorific value, and greenhouse effect. Let us begin with combustion. Combustion literally means burning of a substance in air or oxygen with evolution of heat and light. Here in this photograph you can see, like in the previous chapters we have read about burning of magnesium ribbon. So if we heat a small piece of magnesium ribbon in flame of a Bunsen burner, it burns with a dazzling light producing heat and white powdery magnesium oxide. So this is one of the example of combustion, but in our daily life we can see the burning of different substances like burning of wood, burning of paper, burning of cooking gas, and burning of many other substances. Therefore, combustion is an example of chemical reaction in which new substances are formed, you can see. Therefore, the process in which a substance combines chemically with oxygen in air, of course, with simultaneous evolution of heat and light is known as combustion. Now let us see which are the combustible substances. So the substances which burn in air or oxygen are known as combustible substances. In our daily life we can see that burning of paper, we can experience burning of cloth, as well as wood and coal which are used as fuels, kerosene, wax also show combustion, petrol, LPG, cooking gas. Okay, so the substances which burn in presence of air, oxygen in air are known as combustible substances. But there are some substances which do not burn in air or in presence of oxygen. They are known as non-combustible substances. Even if fire is added to them, they do not burn. For example, water, glass, cement, sand. Okay, these are the non-combustible substances which do not show burning in air. So now we have learned that what is combustion. Therefore, let us see which are the factors supporting combustion. A substance which help combustion would be called as supporter of combustion. For example, oxygen in air is of course a supporter of combustion, as well as a carbon present in the combustible substance. So carbon must be present in the combustible substance and oxygen should be present in air. So these two are the major supporter of combustion. Therefore, if the supply of these supporters are cut off, then we can stop the combustion or burning immediately, right? So many times we do it in our daily life that while we want to put down the kerosene lamp, suppose, in that case we need to cut off the supply of the supporter, that is oxygen. So now students, please write down the definitions for this combustion and combustible substances. What is the meaning of the word combustion? Combustion is a chemical reaction that produces heat and light when a substance burns in the presence of oxygen. And which are the combustible substances? Substances that undergo the process of combustion, that is which burn in air or oxygen, are called combustible substances. Please write down the common combustible substances around us. It's paper, cloth, wood, coal, wax, petrol, petroleum, kerosene and liquid petroleum gas. So here we can see different combustible substances: matchstick, kerosene lamp, candle. Now each combustible substance must be heated to a certain temperature so that it could catch fire. That certain temperature, that lowest temperature up to which each combustible substance must be heated, is known as the ignition temperature. Now we learn about ignition temperature. Now let us define ignition temperature. It is the lowest temperature up to which a substance must be heated. The lowest temperature up to which a substance must be heated before it catches fire. This ignition temperature is also known as, sometimes it is also called as kindling temperature. Therefore, it is obvious that the substance having low ignition temperature catches fire easily, right? Now, let's see what are the points on which ignition temperature of a substance depends. Point number 1, ignition temperature of a substance depends upon its chemical nature. That is, what is the percentage of carbon present in that substance. And second point is, ignition temperature of petrol is lower than that of kerosene. So basically, ignition temperature depends upon its chemical nature. Now we will talk about what are the conditions necessary for combustion of any substance. First, it is obvious there must be presence of a combustible substance, a substance which is readily burned, and the presence of supporter of combustion, right? Supporter of combustion, that is oxygen. Like coal or charcoal or candle burn only in the presence of air, that is oxygen. So if the supply of oxygen is cut off, then the burning will stop. Okay, so in your text there is an activity. We can prove this through the simple following experiment. Aim of the experiment is to show that for combustion to take place, air is required. So looking at the setup, you can guess, I think easily you can guess that how we are going to prove that air is inevitable or necessary for combustion. What are the materials? Of course, we need a candle, table to place the candle upon, and a bell jar or a glass jar which is available in your laboratory. So first we have to fix 2 burning candles. Okay, we need to have 2 burning candles to prove it, or even you can prove with a single candle. So we have to fix 2 burning candles. Then we will cover one of the candles with a glass jar. The candle under the jar continues burning for some time, and then slowly it will get extinguished. Slowly it will be extinguishing. Whereas the candle kept in open continues burning. Right? So in this way, we can cut off the supply of oxygen and we can extinguish a candle when necessary, right? If necessary. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is air is needed for combustion to take place. In general, air is the main supporter of combustion. So please read and learn this activity. Now we will discuss about how a combustible substance can be brought to catch fire. So topic of the heading of the topic is initial heating to bring the combustible substance to its ignition temperature. Students, please pay attention that different substances catch fire at different temperatures. Like a burning matchstick can set a piece of paper to fire immediately, but it cannot set a thick piece of wood to fire. A burning matchstick, okay? It is because the lowest temperature, that is the ignition temperature, is the major factor for burning. Through this following activity, it would be more clear to you, in which we are using 2 candles, 2 paper cups and some amount of water. Now we'll take 2 paper cups and 2 burning candles. In one of the cup we'll pour some water so as to fill up to 1/3 of its height. Now we'll hold the cups over burning candles as shown in the figure. So what would be the observation after some time? You can observe that the empty cup catches fire and starts burning easily, whereas the cup having water in it does not catch fire, but the water inside becomes hot. Okay? Empty cup catches fire easily, but the cup which is holding water does not catch fire. Therefore, we can explain in such a way that the candle flame raises temperature of the empty cup above ignition temperature, so it catches fire. But the heat supplied to the cup with water, the heat is transferred to water immediately by the process of conduction. So as a result, temperature of the cup does not raise above ignition temperature. Because why? Because the heat is transferred to the water. So students, please pay attention that the combustible substance has to be brought above its ignition temperature, then only it will catch fire. Now, how to control the burning or fire? There are certain cases where we must have a control over the burning. It's very much clear that if the conditions, the supporters of combustion are removed, then the fire will be extinguished, right? So first of all, we can extinguish a fire by removing the combustible substance from the surrounding area. Number 2, by cutting the supply of the supporter of combustion, that is air. And number 3, by lowering the temperature of the burning object below its ignition temperature if possible. So till here, for this class, we end up here. Students, you please read the chapter till this part.